You stand up, start speaking, police come across, they hassle you, you debate with them, and then they get angry with you, then you go without getting arrested. You get a nice little footage on your camera.
I just don't feel like retreating. I feel like this is Remembrance Sunday and they need to fuck off.
That's quite a big statement.
But then again, I might retreat. I don't know. I'm really in two minds about it. I can't decide, but maybe I'll retreat. You've got a good point. It's just, you know when they keep...
Be careful about the desire to make a stand. A criminal record will be with you in 20 years' time.
One of my favourite poems in school was this boy, and he snuck down, after his bedtime, to go to the larder, right? Because there was a chocolate cake, right? And he thought, oh, I could just have a little bit of this chocolate cake. So he cuts off like a little slice, right? And he ate that slice and went, oh, that's a bit crumbly, I can just eat a bit more, right? And so he ate that slice. And then he cut himself another slice. And he went, oh, now that's crumbly, I can just a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And suddenly the whole chocolate cake was gone.
Yeah, I understand.
And that is exactly what's happening here. Like, they want to take a slice and a slice and a slice and a slice and a slice, and then there's nothing left. Like, you realise you've given every single last inch of your humanity away, and you could have fought. You could have fought at any point. You know,
it's the boiling frog thing.
Yeah, boiling the frog.
What's happening here, actually, it's a pity I didn't bring my camera today, and what's happening here will be of interest across the world, where free speech is appreciable and is here. So if you get some good footage of police being heavy on people, I consider that a victory without getting something.
Good afternoon. Can I ask that you move off, please? Now you're breaching COVID regulations by congregating in a group like this. You can move, make a move, please, for me, thank you. Make a move, please. Do you understand? COVID regulations, you're not allowed to form a group. You're only allowed to have for 4 reasons. One of them is not speaking corner. So do you want to make a move for me, please? Please separate. It is subject to a fine if you fail to do so.
Just the poke shaking the lips.
Make a move. Make a move for me, please. I'm going to direct you to leave the park. You're interfering with the safety company's opinions for the park users. I need you to leave the park now.
I'm standing here by myself.
I'm directing you to leave the park.
I'm standing here by myself.
Make a move for me. What group? Can you please stop talking? Can you leave the park?
I'm standing. I'm not standing. You're coming up to me.
Leave the park.
You're coming up to me. You're coming up to me. You're touching me.
You want to leave the park?
You're coming up to me. You're touching me. I stood aside from everyone else. I stood aside from everyone else. As you directed, I did what you asked me to do. I stood aside from everyone else. I was standing with no one else. You came up to me. You came up to me. I was standing by myself. I stepped away as you asked me to do. This is Speaker's Corner. This is supposedly a free country, and we are not allowed to speak. This is Remembrance Sunday. Remember how many millions of people died for our freedoms. Don't worry, my hands are behind my back. It's okay, there's no need to jog. It's okay, it's all calm. Everything's okay. I'm not violent. I'm not going to be violent. I'm walking. Bloody hell, your pace is quite good. But this is Remembrance Sunday. Millions of people died, were wounded, were injured, lost their lives, so we had a right to speak, and we cannot even speak at Speaker's Corner on Remembrance Sunday. Is this a free country? Is this a free country? Is this what millions of people died for? How many of you are going to keep grovelling? Your freedoms didn't come for free. A price was paid in blood, and we all owe a duty to fight for it.
Photograph the policeman.
England expects every man to do his duty.
Wimp.
I've got their faces.
No, you haven't got their faces.
That's fine, stand aside.
No, that makes no difference because you're an idiot, a political imbecile. The guy is being pushed outside the park and you take a photo of him. It means nothing. Photo them. Follow them. You prick. You're a prick.
Why don't you show me how it's done?
I told you how to do it, and you're just ignoring it.
Show me. Show me. Anywhere but here would be great.
He's an idiot. I mean, he is the ultimate example of a prick. He's not. He's a prick. Believe me. Photograph them. You were born in this country? Were you? Oh, you weren't born in this
So
country.
it seems that I can be pushed over here and we can congregate on the border of the park. But we cannot congregate on Speaker's Corner. Because of course, if I speak at Speaker's Corner, that would just be disgusting. If a person speaks at Speaker's Corner, that would be absolutely terrible. I am a danger, clearly, if I open my mouth. We're all so dangerous using words rather than fists and batons like those thugs. How dare we? How dare we think that we have rights? How dare we think that we should not be pushed about by a bunch of criminal
Why aren't you
thugs in
recording
uniform?
This is good. and
How
you're not
dare we?
recording it. Why? This is good. and
How
you are
dare
not
they?
Recording it. You're not recording it because you're a clown. You're a fool.
They tell us to never forget. Yet on Remembrance Sunday, they kick us out of Speaker's fucking corner.
Never mind.
Never forget
Have less fucking.
Never forget
Less fucking.
what our ancestors fought for, what our ancestors died for, what our ancestors went through, not just in world wars, but every revolution, the glorious revolution, against Richard II, against Charles I, against King John and his tyranny, to give us our natural rights enshrined in our Magna Carta. And yet, we get pushed around by these bullies. What we need is next week, 1 week from now, we need an army here in Speaker's Corner. We need every man, woman and child we can get, and then we can see whether they can push us all out. What do you say?
Yeah, it's a very good idea. And do you know what? You've just won this one because you've proved a number of points. First of all, you proved it's political. They don't want you speaking there, but they don't want you speaking there. So it was all about destroying the symbolism of Speaker's Corner. It was not your behaviour. They've admitted that by their actions. It's also you've shown the absurdity of the whole thing. It's not about the bias either. Because just because you're there doesn't mean you can't be affected by anything. But if you stand over here, you can be.
It's all propaganda.
Of course, you've proved and demonstrated it's political bullshit.
Do you know what this is? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Speaker's Corner Mark II, Electric Boogaloo.
So we have a meeting here.
Yes, let's have a meeting here.
Okay.
Oh, look, there are more of them going down now. But don't worry, it's okay. Because so long as we're here and not there, we're not harming anyone here until they decide we are. Oh yes, that's exactly for them. I'm going to make them stars. They're going to have their names on bright lights on boardwalk. Because they don't like it. See, that's why they are more tame than they usually are. This has saved me. Well, this will be the third time it saved me from being in a jail cell now. Oh yeah, they attacked me in Soho. Well, they've attacked me at every protest, but they really went for me in Soho, and they almost got me at the Mini Mask March. But then they looked at this and they went, "You get back!" Because they don't like it. They don't like being held to scrutiny. They don't like people seeing that.
Have you seen this new law they're putting through Parliament at the moment?
The Covert Human Intelligence Sources Act.
Because then they'll be able to do what they want. They can just arrest you, torture you to death, and no one can do anything.
Well, they can come in and you will rape your children, and that's going to be supposedly legal. They think they're all powerful. They think they're gods. Look at them. They're a bunch of slobs. in body armour, if the police are the people and the people are the police,
But with all
then
fairness,
why aren't they
they're not
wearing
all-
civilian clothing?
You don't, they're doing their job as well. You don't want to put them down completely.
No, it's joint enterprise.
But someone's
If you-
got
if you-
to do that job. You know, you need the police.
Do we? I mean, we went for a very long time without a police force, right? And people seem to rely on police to do everything. We have citizens arrested in this country. If you see someone doing something wrong, right? You see a crime, you have the ability, whether it's you or like people that you know around you, to organise people to go and do something
I know,
about
but then
it.
it just becomes like sort of, you know, sort of anarchy.
No, because you place them under citizens arrest and you take them to court.
Yeah, but then you've got to have a hot. I mean,
It's
you could, in
justice. Like
theory,
you take them
but
to
I
court,
don't. I
and
don't.
then if you've done it wrong, you've been there, you've given your name, you handed them into the court, and if you've done wrong, you can then be put up on
Yeah, but then
trial.
all that could be open to all sorts of abuse, couldn't it? Because people could just make their own decisions about who arrested people.
Well, it would come down to the court. It would come down to a jury of 12 peers.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily. I mean, to do that in every case. I mean, I could, you know, I'm sure some of the police are a bit heavy-handed. I don't think it's. I mean, with all due respect, I think they're making a mistake to attack the police and all these slob. Some of them might well be just sitting around.
Well, they're
Driving around eating donuts.
There are kids, yobbos, right, in hoodies who hang around where I live, right? I don't live in the nicest area of London. They've never once attacked me. They've never once pushed me around. They've never hit me. They've never threatened me. And they've never come up and really tried to intimidate me, right? Some people might find it intimidating them standing over there, but they've never done that to me.
Yeah.
And yet those people are apparently the demons
If
of...
you want to return to
Yeah.
Speaker's Corner, I'll go with you.
We'll see.
What?
But those people
Why
in
are you
hoodies-
playing the same game that they're playing? That's what it sounds like when
I'm
you
not.
say what you say.
I'm not sure, but I
You're
think
not
if,
sure?
if we come back next week with a lot more people, we'll see how it
No,
goes.
but I mean,
But those people, those kids in those hoodies, are supposedly the yobbos and the degenerates of society,
Yeah,
right?
they are.
But they've never hurt me. Okay, they've not hurt
that was
nearly
good, that
anyone
was
that I know. These thugs, they've never helped me. Never helped me. And my friends and my family. At what point do you say
because
these are the bad guys?
Sorry, what's your name, mate? What's your name?
Wilsey. Pleasure to meet you. Wilsey.
Wilsey Rob.
Yes.
They are robots. Yeah, they're trained to march.
Well, it's very. They
But
are.
I still say you need, you know, you shouldn't just like leave it because you're going to always have these people, whatever kind of society we live in, there's going to be some kind of police.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no point sort of attacking them too much. They're just doing their job.
No,
He's not attacking. This guy's
I'm
attacking.
100% with you. I think what's going on is horrific. You know, it's very
This
worrying.
guy's attacked no one.
No, I know, but I don't know. Like, I mean, there's different. I mean, I do kind of support you in a way. You're challenging them, but at the same time,
But you're not supporting him. Your words are
no,
not
but I
supporting him.
No, but I'm supporting him. But there's no point sort of attacking the police when they're doing their
attack
job.
anyone.
He was earlier.
well, how were they-
How did he attack? Okay,
criticised.
hang on. How
Yeah,
did
but if you completely dismiss them, which some of them might well be, sort of thugs and snobs or whatever, which they might well be some. But some of them, but a lot of them I've spoken to them, they're quite decent people.
Oh,
you know?
so,
A
no,
lot of them are. I'd say
yeah.
most of the ones I've
met-
never met one. I'd say
I've met a lot of police who seem like decent people until you don't obey what they say, and then they get violent because. But that's no.
that's common sense,
But
isn't
you
it?
look, I'm talking to you, right?
Yeah.
You seem like a decent person, but if I don't, if you want me to go stand here or do a like,
I put it to you. I put it to you.
right?
You're both
If you tell me
decent
to do
people.
something silly and I don't do that, you wouldn't use violence against me. If I told you to do something silly, I'd say, can you
Exactly.
He's
He's made his point. If someone says jump and you can't see the reason for jumping, and you say I won't do that, what are you going to do?
Yeah, but I think, this confrontation, I'm not sure, with the police. It's like people don't want to wear masks. I don't wear a mask.
Well, forget that.
No, I know, but if you go on a march, you say, I want to wear a mask, and you make a big... But you could just not wear it. If everyone just did that, just not make a fuss about it, what are they going to do?
They'll arrest you.
No,
They said that they arrested Tommy Robinson. They said this to the press many times, that he was arrested for breach of COVID regulation, yeah? But when he got to the police station, they said that they'd arrested him for carrying an offensive weapon. Did he have one? No. Yeah?
And he jokingly said maybe it was my Ferrero Rocher, yeah? And we're living in a joke. Well, I'm the bad joke.
But we have to accept that. It's just how do we deal with it? It is a joke.
With reason, by being
I'm not sure if confronting them is going to achieve us.
They confronted
I
him.
was standing by myself. They came up to me. They threatened me. They intimidated me. They assaulted me.
Yes.
There's nothing
And
more
why
to it.
did he do that? Because he was part of a group, in their opinion.
And then I did what they
hang on,
asked.
Wilsey, hang on.
I stepped like this.
They-
This is
yeah.
what I was standing by myself.
Hang on, Wilsey. I'm not saying. The reason they did that was because they saw a group which numbered more than 6. Yeah, in their opinion, it was a group. Yeah, in their opinion. Yeah, and that's why they did what they did. Now, in my opinion, they were in error. My opinion, yeah, because they should listen to what people are saying to establish whether this guy is associated with it.
Again, as I say, they're doing their job. They get orders and everything. So,
If your job, you choose. Everyone has a choice. If you choose to
Exact-
take a job
exactly,
that is
exactly.
being violent to innocent people.
Some people they like. I mean,
But it's like you. I don't take a job being
It might
violent.
be quite an interesting job being a policeman. Some people might.
Really?
Yeah.
But
You
I
are
would never take a job
crazy.
where that job required me to use violence.
Have you
against
got your
innocent people.
handcuffs
But it's
on?
like some people like being soldiers and things. They like using extreme.
Yeah, but
being
at the end of the day, being a
Extreme
soldier,
prejudice.
you cannot use,
Extreme
you cannot
prejudice.
use under human rights. You cannot be forced to use violence against innocent people. You can't be forced to use violence against civilians. And you should refuse to say no.
But the reality is they can with human rights.
Why? Because they get paid for it. They are paid thugs.
I know, but they
Stasi.
but they've got the full support of the state. The bank,
Have
whoever
your
finds
support?
it. No, they do. Well, they have my support in the sense that I'm not constantly challenging them, and I see. I don't see.
But this guy didn't
but
challenge them.
They're not the problem.
He just turned up at Speaker's
No,
Corner.
Who's using the violence? They're using the
Yeah,
violence.
but it's like if you say
Why?
this
Because
it's
someone
with
gives
an
them money,
analogy
that
with
makes
an
it worse.
octopus, so you cut off its tentacles. But the
Oh,
octopus is still-
come
and it's this,
on.
No, if it's like saying, okay, well, I'm just going to sign up to the Nazi party, I'll go work at the concentration camp, I'll catch anyone who tries to...
Exactly.
Why? Because I get paid for it. Do you know what? It would be better if they didn't even get paid. If they turned up and this was a voluntary thing, but they're doing it for money. How fucking wrong? There are a million other jobs in society, right, that they could choose, right? But they choose to go around and be violent because they get money for it.
They don't choose it, but they like the
I think
opportunity.
that's where you're going a bit wrong in, because I don't think they're all like that.
Well, then how comes none of them stepped in?
Can you
How
no,
comes
hang
every
on.
time I get
Can you-
assaulted by one
can-
of them,
can you
none
name
of the
it?
others
Can
do
you-
anything about it?
No,
They
hang
don't
on,
place that
Wilsey,
one being
hang on,
violent
hang
under
on,
arrest.
hang on. You say they're not all like that. Will you name someone who isn't? What? Would you name someone who isn't like that?
Could
Who
you
is
show
a-
me one
In
member
my
of the
experience,
Metropolitan
I must
Police?
admit, I've never had problems with the police.
No, because you're obedient.
I'm
I'm
sorry,
not
but that's...
In appearance, maybe.
No, in word.
Well, okay,
Yeah,
even
I
if you're obedient in appearance, so what? I shouldn't have to be obedient. There is no lawful compulsion on me to be obedient.
Well, that's just a question
To
of
another
common sense.
to a
No, it's not common sense. I'm an individual. You're an individual.
Yeah, but
I have
can't
the
do
right
what
to
I
live my
want.
life
Yeah,
and
but
go and
within-
speak in a
but
park.
I just disagree that there is a need for some kind of police force.
Why? Why can't you police yourself?
Okay, look
You know,
right here.
sometimes you might
You're
say
not responsible to yourself.
Say you
You
have
should be in a psychiatric ward if you're not
Say
responsible
you
to
have a
yourself.
domestic dispute with your wife or something like that.
Do you have a wife?
Well, I did, but we had
I'd love to see her.
I had to call the police on a couple of occasions because she just got out of control.
Oh, I love women who are out of
I would never
control.
do that.
And I was very, but you've no choice. What do you do?
You call a
Use
friend.
violence.
You call a friend. You don't call a stranger. You call a stranger into your home.
Good
A
point,
stranger who's
Wilsey.
part of an
Have a
armed
nice
criminal
day.
gang. I would
Good
never
luck,
call a
good
stranger
luck,
who's
good
part of an
luck.
armed criminal gang.
You
I
don't know
would-
the circumstances, so.
Even I've been through
certain-
circumstances where people have been a danger to themselves, a danger to me, and I've always called friends because the last people you want are a bunch of thuggish strangers. You want a friend or a couple of friends who you can trust aren't going to go overboard, and you can't. I can't trust those strangers.
In my experience, maybe in other
Thanks for being here and opening your mouth, because then that caused the gathering, and then I was able to get my Speaker's Corner experience at long last.
This is my first time here.
Oh, wow.
I'm in London for 2 weeks.
I'm
this from
glad
Ireland.
that
I've
we've
been
popped
watching
your
all this.
cherry. This is, I think, a momentous occasion. The first time that a person has been kicked out of Speaker's Corner on Remembrance Sunday in the whole of British history.